welcome to another edition of Josh and Tony without Matt. So, Tony, what movie are we discussing today?
Incredibles 2.
Does it have an alternate title? Like an underneath
No, I
title?
don't think so.
Like The Incredibles 2, The Happening, or something like that?
What?
No.
So, Tony, what did you like about Incredibles 2?
I don't know. Like, I felt like the characters were pretty good. Like, almost talk about that later, but almost everyone had something to do.
Right.
I was, it was funny. I was just like, I don't know. It was like a happy, funny movie. I don't know. And like everyone's story seemed kind of like entertaining. There was like two major plot threads going on, and both of them I was entertained with. So it's like,
right. I did enjoy the characters and everything like that, and like I know this was written by I think it was written and directed by Brad Bird, who did The Iron Giant.
oh really?
And, yeah, and the first Incredibles. He does the voice of Edna too.
Really?
Yeah, which is pretty
Oh my god.
This movie picks up exactly where it left off in the first Incredibles, you know, with the Underminer and everything. And it pretty much, it kind of, it's just like, that's just like the subplot. And then after that whole incident, that's when the real story kind of happens and kind of drives the rest of it. I think the Elastigirl, Holly Hunter, I believe I'm saying that right. She was in Batman v Superman. She was like the senator lady.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I recognize that voice now.
So I would say this is definitely a better superhero movie than that one that she was in.
It's funny because this is a better superhero movie than pretty much every DC animated or DC not animated DC cinematic movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of debatable on like what people like from a superhero movie. Like a lot of people loved Wonder Woman and how, you know, the whole World War I aspect, but the whole
That's true. Yeah.
the ending was the dumbest part of that movie. But yeah, who else is in this movie? Samuel L. Jackson, Craig, the guy who plays Mr. Incredible. It's like Craig something.
I don't even know his name.
We'll show it here. So it pretty much has the same cast as it did in the first movie. So is there I personally would rate this movie probably like a 7.
7.
The animation looked really good. It was very fluid. Jack as a baby, that was interesting with like the whole family discovering his powers, because in the first one they never really realized that he had powers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I remember. I thought at the end of the movie, like he showed that he had powers. I don't.
Oh, he did show it at the end of the movie, but Syndrome was the only one who witnessed it, and the baby, and he had a babysitter, and like she's the one she witnessed all the shenanigans and all the alternations.
Yeah,
of
I remember that, and I assumed that they all knew that.
No, yeah, well, it was like the discovery was revealed in this movie, which was pretty interesting. So Tony, what do you rate? What would you rate this movie? I give it a 7.
Try 8.
I give it like an 8 or more.
Right.
I don't know.
That's high appraisal.
I don't know. I just had fun with it. For me, like, Incredibles 1 came out when I was like very little, and I remember seeing it in the theaters, and I enjoyed it.
Right.
But like I saw it and I liked it, and like I never really watched it that much again. So like this isn't even like really coming from nostalgia like that. Like I feel like I just enjoyed watching the movie. I don't know what it was.
I watched the first Incredibles a lot because we had it on DVD, and I would even go like they had like on the DVD menu they would like go in depth like to the minor superhero characters that they just name off, like Gazer Beam. They named Gazer Beam in this movie, and I remember I was like, you know, you could like search like how they came to be and everything like that. I just like the name Gazer Beam.
Gazer beam.
And I like the whole, like, even like the villains in the first one, like Bomb Voyage.
Bon voyage.
He's like just this one-off like French terrorist, and I just love it. You know, he's just like in it for like 2 seconds, but he made such an impact, like for being in it for like not even that significant amount of time. I mean, I definitely had this movie had its problems. I think we'll get into that very soon. Tony, so what didn't you like about this movie?
There's a couple nitpicks, and then there was a very predictable plot twist.
Right.
An incredibly predictable.
I feel like right from the beginning you could kind of see it happening.
Yeah.
You know, I was hoping that the plot twist that they implied was going to be, you know, just like just to fool the audience to think like in one direction, but really it's like another. But no, really, the first thing you think is immediately the answer. The basic story of this movie is Mrs. Incredible gets she gets a new job as being a superhero, kind of in the limelight and everything, and trying to show the better side of superheroes, because I think the take on superheroes is kind of, I think it's pretty realistic how like everyone would react to them, because like they're these overpowered beings and they're like, well, they're illegal because they don't obey the law and blah blah blah. And I like that whole idea of how they kind of come around that and everything like that. And I almost said Supergirl. Elastigirl, she pretty much is the one who's supposed to be in the head front of like all the cameras and everything like that, and trying to show the better side of superheroes. Bob, his name's Bob, right? Mr. Incredible?
Yeah.
Bob Parr. Yeah, Bob, he has very mixed emotions, because he wants to be one in the limelight, because it's pretty much a flip of the first movie. Like in the first movie, he's going off and doing all these super heroic things without like the wife knowing.
Yeah.
But and the wife stays at home and takes care of the kids. But this is a reversal. But you know, he does know that she's going out and about, you know, trying to save the day. So it's mostly him trying to tackle the whole family dynamic, because he's used to knowing the right thing to do, and now he's stuck with all the kids and children, and he's not really used to that, how like to handle all these different adolescents, you know.
Yeah, I like that's one of the things I liked a lot. I don't know why it reminded me of F is for Family, because there was like a similar idea going on in that.
I can see that. Well, I mean, plus there's 2 boys and a girl.
Well, what I mean is, in the sense that in F is for Family, there's a scene where like Bill Burr expresses that he's like unhappy that his wife is doing better than he is.
Yeah. Oh, right. With the is it with the Tupperware? Selling Tupperware? Yeah.
Meanwhile, my wife is traipsing around Rye-Town selling that plastic shit!
In this, like, you can tell Bob Parr is like extremely frustrated that he's not the one doing superhero stuff.
Right.
We need to change people's perceptions about superheroes, and Elastigirl is our best play.
Better than me?
Well, like, he's still like there to do the family stuff.
That's not the way you're supposed to do it, Dad. They want us to do it this way.
I don't know that way. Why would they change math? Math is math.
Okay,
Math
Dad.
is math.
He's not as big of a shit as Bill Burr.
Right.
By far.
Right. He's still trying his absolute best.
Yeah.
And, like, he eventually does like achieve one goal after another. Like he figures out the math homework with his son, and then, you know, he sends Jack to Edna to pretty much watch over him and like figure out what to do with his powers, because literally he has like the most powers out of any superhero I think ever portrayed in this universe.
Yeah.
So he like can like go through the 5th dimension. He can shoot lasers from his eyes. He becomes this big fiery beast, and he does catch on fire as well. So he has multiple different qualities that that the father has to overcome, and so yeah, he sends them over to Enda, and she makes him a new suit and like a tracker and how to deal with that whole situation. And the problem with the daughter, she at the end of the first Incredibles, what's his name? Tony? Yeah. Tony something?
Tony Ridinger.
Tony Colony? Yeah. He asks her out, and then he accidentally witnessed her without the mask on, like in her superhero costume, when they're fighting the Underminer, and his mind gets erased by the guy who's in the head of the government. I think it's the guy who plays Mike in
really?
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
I don't remember that. Was he a character in the first film?
He was, but I don't think it was the same voice actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in the first one. He mind erased the teenage kid who asked her out on a date, and she goes to the movie thinking like there was still a thing happening, and she realizes that he's not there. Eventually, she discovers that his mind was erased, and she blames her father, and like he just feels more like not as significant as he did when he was Mr. Incredible. I guess that's the basic story. I don't know. Should we go into spoilers?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1. Kaboom! All right, Tony. Spoilers.
Spoilers. So, meanwhile, while Bob's doing his domestic stuff, we have Supar. She goes to another city with the act.
Sue? Her name's Sue?
I think so.
I don't think it is.
I thought it was Sue.
All right, Helen. It's Helen. I'm pretty sure it's Helen.
Sue?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just keep going.
It's Helen. But she goes to a new city with I don't remember the character's name, so I'm just gonna say I don't even remember his character name from Breaking Bad. Saul. He goes with Saul and his sister to the new city, and they start doing superheroics.
They're trying to like show that superheroes are better than they've been portrayed, and it's pretty much they have to show the citizens their perspective. All the citizens see is the damage, and what's all the repercussions that happens after that, and they see them as the bad guys. But they put cameras in their suits so the news networks could show their perspective and how they tackle the hard situations that they go through every day. So pretty much the big stupid plot twist is that the sister is the bad guy because she I guess their parents died, and because the superhero law restricted them from helping the parents. They had a break-in, and the parents both got shot and were killed. And the mom blames the superheroes for some reason. I don't even understand. I mean, not the mom, the sister.
It was really. Her logic doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't really make sense, when you think of it. That's why I gave it a 7, because her plot thread didn't really make any sense to me. And she's the main villain, the main antagonist, and it didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me because she blames the superheroes, but it's the law's fault for not allowing the superheroes to do their duty. And then the thing is, the superheroes are already illegal. Yeah. And then why is it her plan to make them unillegal? So she can make them permanently illegal? Does that make any sense? You in the comments, please tell me if that makes sense to me. To anything.
So I feel like she was more mad at her superheroes because her family relied on it and chose that option as opposed to going to the police. And the thing about her character, or this plot twist,
you could smell it from a mile away.
So, Elastigirl is fighting the Screenslaver, and it starts with the first mission she goes on. The very first mission, she's on her motorcycle, just waiting for things to happen, and they pick up on what was it, some plot about a train. All of a sudden,
it's a police
police siren thing,
signal,
and all of a sudden, the train starts going backwards, and she has to save the day, and she finds out about the Screenslaver, and then I felt for me immediately after, maybe not the scene where you discover see the thing from the Screenslaver.
The Screenslaver interrupts this program for an important announcement.
I request that you return this individual to my custody. To Kal-El, I say this. Surrender within 24 hours, or watch this world suffer the consequences.
pretty soon after, like, I thought, like, this is where I thought the plot twist was going, personally. I thought, like, I knew it was either her or the brother, but, like, my thought was, like, maybe they're manufacturing, like, a supervillain that she can handle.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought they were creating the whole,
just to make it look better.
Yeah, I thought they were just I thought they were controlling, like, that pizza guy, the screenslaver. Yeah, just to make her look better and create a villain. So, like, they have something to combat by, and it wasn't that at all.
It's like extremely.
I would have liked that plot thread better if they did it that way.
Yeah, so, like, then you think about it, like, like what you said, what the fuck's her plan?
I don't know.
Like, it's either, like, is she creating a villain that, like, she can stop? Because she's also, Helen, that, like, Elastigirl can stop? Because if so, why? And if not, like, you're not doing a great job, because every time the Screenslaver attacks, it's, like, right where Elastigirl is.
Yeah, I did. It was pretty convenient that way. So I did think it was like leading up to that, or it was either leading up that the sister was really the good guy and the brother was the bad guy.
I thought the brother was the fuck
because he was overly happy and everything like that. So I thought it was just like going to be a role reversal or whatever, and like to show like the person who puts on the face in front of the cameras is not who he all seems to be, but that did not happen.
I thought it would be. And then, like, I don't know. I thought it would be Saul, like, the brother, because, like, it's fucking Saul, and Saul's always a scumbag and everything. I just couldn't get past that idea. So, I don't know.
Right, but I mean, the characters are very good. The superpowers look cool, like Frozone, like doing his ice surfing was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was sick. It was good to see
I liked seeing new superheroes like the frog barfing man.
Oh my god!
What was his name? Like Regurgitate or something like that. His
name was like Acid Reflux or something like that.
Yeah. There's him. There's some guy like crushes things into smaller molecules. I forget what's her name, Void, and she like creates like a
She's basically Portal the video game.
Yeah, she makes a portal. There's a few other superheroes. I know there's some guy from Wisconsin. I don't even know what his superhero name was. He just said he's from Wisconsin. That's all I remembered from him. But yeah, that was cool seeing all the new superheroes and everything like that. And I think the family stuff was more interesting than
that's good.
Than the actual plot itself with the Screenslaver and the crappy sister. So I mean, I would give this movie a recommendation to see. I mean, don't expect. I mean, the first Incredibles, I think, is the better movie. The superior movie out of the two. What would you give this movie a recommendation?
Yeah, no, definitely watch it. It's good. Yeah, the action is actually like pretty fun considering.
Yeah, the action is cool. Like the animation is cool. It's very fluid and everything like that. I like how the characters look. We had to talk about the short in the beginning. So the short, I didn't completely understand it. So it starts out with this lady makes dumplings.
It's actually bao.
Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna call them dumplings for the rest of the thing because that's easier to say. So she makes dumplings and she's eating them with her husband. Her husband has to get up and leave, and she starts to eat one, and then it turns to life and morphs a body and legs and then walks around and stuff, and she slowly takes care of it, and it slowly gets bigger and bigger. She feeds it and everything like that, and its head deflates when food's coming out of it. And did you notice her eyes, when her eyes were like this, they were completely black. Really? And then when her eyes opened up like this, you could see white and it was just very odd how they did that. But I guess it turns out that the dumpling was a real boy.
Hold on. First, the dumpling grows up and becomes an angsty teenager.
Right.
And gets engaged to a woman.
Yes.
And he's not, and the mother's not happy about that and blocks the door. And right when the dumpling's about to leave, or you're making me say dumpling.
It's
calling it what it's called, a bao. It's bao.
Dumpling.
Bao. But
here's the difference.
But she grabs the bow and just eats it.
Yeah, so she grabs her son that she's been taking care of for God knows how long. Then like she's trying to force him to not go off with this, with this woman, this blonde humanoid. I mean, this blonde woman, and she just grabs him and swallows him whole, and then she starts weeping in the bed. And then it turns out that the dumpling was a real boy. It was like Pinocchio.
Okay, so
I didn't know if she like conceived it as he was a dumpling.
Okay.
He was as delicate as a dumpling.
So I think what happened was she had this child, and like all of this happened to her child, and she was just in the bed dreaming of like this her making a dumpling and it growing up.
Right. I think the whole story actually happened, but like he was actually a person.
Yeah, no, but
she
was
just imagined it as a dumpling, which didn't really make any sense.
Well, I think it was because she was like dreaming, because she was like upset that he had just left or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, that's this was a Josh and Tony review. Do you have any final thoughts, concerns, comments?
I do.
All right.
This is we're going like back again, but I just want to see like how you felt about this. I felt like everyone in the family had something to do. Like everyone Dash had nothing going on.
Yeah, Dash.
It was really
well,
weird.
he had the math homework,
but that was like nothing. Like,
it was like nothing. It was like solved like very very soon. Like I thought it was gonna like last longer.
Dash didn't give a fuck about it. It was like he didn't care. Like
he didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
I feel like he had more ambitions in the first movie than this one, because like in the first movie he's at least going like, I have these powers. Yeah, I have these powers. And then his mom says, "Everyone's special, Dash," and she's like, and then he says, that's another way of saying no one's special. He wants to show, bring these powers out and actually use them for, I think, the greater good. But he doesn't do anything in really this movie.
I was kind of surprised. He's basically there just to advance the father's story.
Right. So Tony, anything you want to say to the folks at home? Do you have any last concerns about Incredibles 2, the Incrediboy?
Incredibles 2, the Incrediboy was a good family flick, and I have no further comments.
Right. You like, if you bring a kid in, you shouldn't have any problems. Like the baby's fun, the family's fun, the plot is kind of like,
Fun as ass, but your kids aren't going to care.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the first one's definitely superior to this one. But we'll see you again on the next review. This was BatYard Productions, family review.